Hi, my name is Patrick Hinson. I'm a music technology major. So I grew up in a religious family. Always went to church. Was very active. My dad was with the youth group a lot, and my mom is the director of worship for the worship service. And so I went with them pretty much every week. We always went to youth group, always went to service. And I eventually became involved myself, and that got me onto my track of becoming a music technology major. And so as I was growing up in the church, I just went through the motions. I didn't actually consider what it meant to have that relationship with God, or what it really meant to be a Christian. And I never really contemplated it or even questioned it. I just went to church and thought what I had was good enough, and so I didn't even question it. Until about 7th grade, late in my 7th grade year, my dad encouraged me to go to a Christian music festival, which was a 4-day thing where they bring in all these big artists, and you camp and you go and you worship and you listen to speakers talk about God. And so I was reluctant at first, but I ended up going, and I'm so glad that I did, because it really changed my perception of worship and my perception of church and Christianity. And I saw a huge change in what I listened to. I listened to beforehand. I didn't even know that many Christian artists or anything, or worship or anything. And after it, that was all I listened to. I mean, that's all I really did listen to, and so it really changed what I listened to, how I talked, how I acted, and a lot of things. So I went back the next year to get more of that, because I wanted to keep growing and continue, because I could tell I changed, and I just wanted to grow more. And so that next year, I heard a speaker talk. His name was Louis Giglio, and he was talking about how big and how great our God is, and how he created the entire universe, and how he left his mark on everything that he created. And the thing that really blew my mind that Louis spoke about was laminin. And I'm going to show you laminin in a second, but you need a quick background of it. It's the cell adhesion molecule, and so what it does is it holds all of the cells in your body together. So here's a picture of laminin, and this is not a Christian perspective drawing. This is an actual scientific drawing of laminin. Isn't it amazing that this cell adhesion molecule, this molecule in your body, is the very thing that holds you together? It's in the shape of a cross that Jesus died on for you. Colossians 1:15 through 17 says, "He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. For by him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities. All things were created by him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together." And that scripture just blows my mind, just how Jesus is the thing that holds everything together, and that God has given us proof just in this molecule, saying, look, I'm holding you together. And it changed how I lived my life, and now that's all I live by. If I ever go through any struggle, I just think about the cell adhesion molecule, and I think, this is what's holding me together. No matter what comes at me, this is what's holding me together. And so before, I was living a phony, fake life, saying I was a Christian, labeling myself a Christian, even though I didn't even know what it meant to be a Christian. And then after, I became more genuine, living a more genuine life of having that relationship with God that you should have, and know that Jesus is the one that holds us together.